Welcome to the Land Your Bet Sports Betting Live Show. Gonna get it going, get right into it, do away with the intros, other than the obvious intro, and get right into this game that we're looking at, which is Thunder Nuggets, Game 6, best series in this conference semifinals. I think that's pretty easy to say. We'll see what happens in this one. I'm going to go ahead and just say right now, for those of y'all that are already in here, I do think the Nuggets win this game. I did hit them on the money line, and I'm not mad about it at all. Still feeling really good about it. So I'm going to be getting into some of the stuff you guys want to look at. Got some of the stuff I want to look at. I know I'm competing with Kyle right now, with Kerms, so a lot of y'all might be in there. But I got the props people coming to this show, and then this is going to be up after for anybody who is going to be wanting to watch it on demand later. But we already got Chris in here, my guy. What's up, brother? We got Hartenstein PR. We got Westbrook on the boards, Gordon on the boards, Gordon on the threes. And those were my two bets last game for Gordon that I tried to get down. They did not work. But we'll look at those again, because I do still think we got to talk about Gordon rebounds. I can't get away from it. You call me a fiend if you want, but I can't get away from it. So as we get into everything here too, just quick reminder, give the video a like as y'all are jumping in. Goes a really long way to help other people find it and get their eyes on some of the stuff we're talking about. Hopefully we're going to learn some stuff today together, going solo, so we can really get into the stuff that you guys are looking at. And then some of the stuff I want to look at. You know, this show is a lot of me giving y'all my opinions on what you guys the looks you want. I would love some opinions on the looks that I have as well, which I know none of y'all are short of opinions. We get those in the comments, but just let me know what you think of what I'm looking at too. And I'm going to start starring these comments for y'all. I love having one game that we can just focus on, so we're not going back and forth. As far as how I think this game is going to play out, I still think we're going to get a pretty good one from start to finish. I do think that the Nuggets come out really strong, but I don't think this Thunder team is going to go away too easily. So last thing here too is Props Madness. If you want to jump in on the platform that I'm going to be using here, throw any questions you have about it in the comments. This is the #1 sports betting research tool. I've said it in all the episodes I put up. And I'm not backing away from it now. This is everything we need in one spot. Use code LYB. That gets you a free week if you want to try it out. Also gets you 25% off. So let's see. We got a lot of more good looks in here. Also have brother Reef. What's up, man? How you feeling? Good to have you in here always. Reese is talking about Isaiah, not Collier, unfortunately, but we can talk about Hartenstein and his dimes. So I've got your look in there. Dort is not good on the road. You're right. I want to take his points as well, because it's just calling to us. I want to take his threes too. I talked about him in the episode last night. Not sure if we could do it on the road like you're talking about here. He is bad on the road, but Reef likes Jokic under on the points. Tough to argue. 28.5 is pretty high, bro. SGA under threes. What's up, Rich? Good to have you in here, Richard. And then $1 Million Kid, what'd you say? SGA over on what? What do you like SGA on? Let me know. I got his boards. So for those of y'all who are interested in that, I do like that. This is my pick. Yep, I did take them on the money line there. I got plus 165 on that. Gordon on the rebounds and assists. He's actually been diming up a bit. No one's really talked about Gordon's assists just yet. So let's add that to it. Braun, 3 dimes for Braun. Interesting. Would love to know what your look is on that, Reese Dollars. Why do you like Braun 3 assists? Let me know in the comments if you can. I'm going to put that in there. Isaiah Hartenstein is a lock for the 12. All right, let's look at his points right there. He's only at 10.5, right? But you like him at 12. Russ under points. Man, I really don't want to fade Russ again, but just some nasty games in a row for him. So we'll get into that. Thoughts on Gordon, 10.5. Oh, RA. Yeah. So yeah, I want to look at the RA there from Carissa, and we already have that look in there. So I'm gonna get to it here in a sec. Let's see. Jokic under on the dimes. Is it 8.5? It was 7.5 earlier, but let's look at his assists too. We're going to go through everything, but I just want to see what you guys specifically want to look at so we can go. Mr. Josh, that's not even close to what people call me, but I appreciate it. I do trust you. I do trust you on a lot of this, but we'll see if that's trustworthy. You like the points and you like the boards. All right, cool. So we got the PR in there for SGA, followed up with $1 Million Global Kid. Jolene wants to know, what do you think is better look with Isaiah, 10 plus points or the PR? He's tough. Let me come back to you on that question. We always going to get a P Watt look. We're always going to get a P Watt look because he makes so much sense in this series, and yet he can't really get more minutes than what, like 15, 17, in part because he couldn't stay out of foul trouble the other day. We'll look at P Watt. You want to think he's a bounce back for Russ, but yeah, these past few games have been nasty, real nasty. It's hard. You're good, bro. You're all good. Mr. Josh trusts you. What do you think about under 215.5 for the game? A lot of people be liking the under on this game too. Let's take a look at that here in a sec. I got the under start. All right, so I got a lot of looks in here. I'm gonna start getting into what I want to look at. And we'll start with Chris, because Chris came in hot with a bunch of picks. He's always got good looks in the Discord as well, free section in there. He's always in the NBA discussion, so I definitely recommend seeing. I think it's TPA Horn, right? Yeah, Chris is in there. But Hartenstein on the PR. So this is what you were talking about. I think Jolene was asking about this. Somebody was a minute ago. The PR or point. And that was for Hartenstein. Yeah. So PR or points for Hartenstein. Let's take a look. Going to iHeart, man. I mean, the minutes are a little bit tough to project in this series. Let me look at the head-to-head in this series right now. The minutes for him are at 29.6, which is about where he should be. I think we do have him for about 30 minutes in here. He's played a few more minutes in the last couple, but for the most part, right, we're seeing him at that like 29 to 30 minutes. If he gets that, the 10 points has been really good. What are the shot attempts been for him? 12, 7, 14, 7. So the FGA are probably at what, like 10 per game for him in this series? Yeah, exactly 10. That's the middle number there between like 13 and 7. That's how I did that. The 10, what do we get? So 10 shot attempts for him to get the points. How many free throws is he at? 0, 2, 1, 3, 1. So he's like 1.5 free throws per game. That doesn't make your heart sing. I know he's had some good numbers against his team in general, mostly because you like centers against the Nuggets. The points, he's at 12.7 now, and in the playoffs, he's at 11.8 per game against them, over in the 3 of 5. Looking at the boards real quick to add them together, 9.6 in this series, but one game with 14. The Rev chances are at 18.8 in this series, pretty much where his season numbers are at. So, not bad. 10 boards on 18 rebound chances. I don't love it. So if you put them together, this should be 10. It should be 21 that he needs, right? So it's 20.5. So that makes it look a lot better because sometimes he's gotten there with the rebounds. Sometimes the points have kind of carried him. So to answer the question, I don't know what he's going to do more. So if you're asking a question specifically about Hartenstein, I like PR. I don't see 19.5 available anymore, Chris. But if Jolene was asking about P or PR for Hartenstein, it's PR for me, because I think I don't know which one he's going to do more. I know somebody asked about the dimes too. So while we're on it, this is minus 180. Minus 170 for 3. That's about what you expect. I think 3 is what you should project him for. So I'm not sure if I'm going to like that too much for 3. Even against this team, if you look at the potential assists in the playoffs right now against them, 4.6 per game. So he's running hot, right? Like 6 potentials got him 5 in this game. 5 got him 4. 3 on 3, 4. This is what you expect. If he's going to get 4, then you expect 2, and you're praying for 3. So minus 180 is not going to get us there because the juice is not going to be worth that. If this was about plus 100, this is what I would expect. I expect him to get about 2.5 to 3. So it's not a good enough projection for me to take over on this at minus 180. That's where the odds come into play big time. So can't be messing with that for Hartenstein on the assists. I do like the PR, though, if that's where you're at. Chris coming down the line. Westbrook on the boards. Let's take a look at Westbrook in general. Damn, he's been nasty, just nasty bad. If you look at him, playoffs head-to-head this series, first 2 games came out firing. See, he was only 1 for 5 from 3 and 1 from 4, but he got to the line 5 and 10 times in the first 2 games. Next couple games, right, still not hitting from 3. So that's the thing, is like he was hitting from 3 against the Clips. He's not hitting from 3 in this series, and he still got the points twice. We're down back up to 10.5. So people have bet this over at 9.5 because this opened at 9.5. Just looking at the points, I know we got to get to the boards, but the points for Westy, I mean, it's just a 50-50 bet that I got the WNBA starting on Friday, y'all. I'm not feeling the need to force things in the playoffs when it's just a lot more unpredictable game by game. So this is more of like if I saw this bet in January, I would just be like, fuck it. 10.5, this is a 13 point per game player on the season or whatever, right? Actually, what was he on the season? 13 points per game on the season, which is exactly what I said. So if he's at 10.5, all right, yeah, look, I'm just going to play the numbers. But once we get into the playoffs, I can't just play the numbers. I've also got to look at the context of the situation. This would be a better game for him to go over on the points. It would be. I mean, he still took 7 shots in 20 minutes. But to finalize the point on the points, and this might be the point on the rebounds as well, the point for Russ is 20 minutes last game is scaring me from taking him. 27 the game before when he fouled out. I took him the next game right here where he only played 20 minutes. Yeah, he went 1 for 7, but it's 20 minutes. I can't do anything with that. So if I can't get like a 27 to 30 minute projection for Russ, I can't do much with him at this point. And it doesn't seem like Adelman wants him in there as long as I thought he wanted it in there for more, and he doesn't. If we look at the boards in the series here, I know he got it last game. 9 chances is a lot in 20 minutes. So that is high, but I mean, everywhere else it's 7, 4, 6, 5, right? And the minutes for him are at 24 in this series, in part because he played the 20 and the 22. So I just can't really get there with it, man. I mean, even if we look at the playoffs for a minute, or the regular season, and we just give him minutes here and we say he's going to play, like, we'll even be, a little bit generous here and say 22 to 26. Let's say that's where he's at. This game is like a 24-minute projection. Well, in all the games that he played about this much time, let's make sure we get like as many as there are. 32 games where he played 22 to 26 minutes, 3 boards per game, right? Like the points, 12. This is the only reason is like Russ can score in bunches. He likes to get out and just go. So if he makes, 4 of his 7 shots, we're in a good place here if he can get to the free throw line. But these margins are hella small if I can't get with the minutes, right? The boards don't look as good in that amount of time. The assists do. But again, in the playoffs, like, do we trust that he's going to have the ball in his hands enough in his touches? Like in this game, 7 and 7, I don't love having to get 4 on 7, right? I can't really get there with any Russ props right now, man. So I'm not sure if we're going to have anything for him in this game just because of the minutes. If he gets 20, like I said, 27 to 30-ish minutes, then yeah, I can start messing with overs on Russ props. But if I don't know that, then I got to be out for right now. So let's get to my guy. The guy I can't quit in terms of trying to bet his overs on rebounds. That is Aaron Gordon. I'm still good on his boards. Looks like this is the points. So this is going up because this was about even money. Let's start with the boards, but we'll talk about the points in one sec. Yeah, the boards went up too. So I got this at minus 122. You can get this still close to that, though. I think still close enough that I would take it. Like I've been projecting him in this series when he plays against this team with the matchups the way that they are. I've been projecting him for about 8 to 9 rebounds per game, like 8.5. Because of the way that this team plays, how much better of a rebounder he is than everybody pretty much, except for like Hartenstein. Other than that, he's better rebounder than everybody on the Thunder. There was a point in the comments from somebody that was a good point, which is like, he didn't look engaged in the rebounds in the last game, including like easy rebounds off free throws that he could have gotten. And he just sort of, just let somebody else get it. Deferred is the word I'm looking for. So that sucks. But I still think this is a great rebounding matchup for him. If you look at him on the season in the minutes where he even just plays like enough minutes, 30 minutes, let's say, these rebound chances and everything are going to look really good, right? So he's at 10 rebounds per game against this team when he's gotten at least 30 minutes on this season. If you look at last season and you say head to head, same thing, right? The one game he went under, they won by 33, 23 minutes. Other games, 33 minutes and 39 minutes. All the rebounds, all the rebound chances. So if he's going to get the time, I can't get away from him getting the rebounds. So I'm happy to add boards to anything that you might want to add with Ago on today's slate here tonight. Just to finish the point with Ago, because Chris's last one was the threes. And I'll get to the points before we dip out, and the assists. Everybody want to talk about that too. I like that. The threes for him, I'm kind of out now. This is last season, but the price is what I'm out on, right? So I was very willing to take this last game. For him to hit 2 was like plus 105. That's what I would be hitting Aaron Gordon threes. I'm not going to take him to get 2 threes at minus 130. That's criminal. That's absolutely criminal that the books would have this year. If you look at the 3-point attempts against this team, let's just start with the playoffs, right? Playoffs. 5.4 in this series. Great. 5.4. That's up 2 from his season average, right? But during the season, this man's 3-point prop was at a half a 3, right? It wasn't 1.5 threes. So he's not good enough. And like, I don't want to have to bet on him hitting 40%, right? 2 out of 5. If he's going to take 5 again, 2 for 5 is 40%. This ain't no 40% 3-point shooter. I'll tell you that right now. If you look at him on the season, he made 1.5 out of, I guess he had a better 3-point season. What's 1.5? 3.5. Okay, this year he's a 40% 3-point shooter. That's crazy. This year he's that much better. Aaron Gordon, career stats. Let's look at this man's 3-point percentage by the damn season. This is insane. If he's at 40% this year. Holy crap. This isn't so yeah, he got better at shooting. That's for damn sure. But I mean, look at the 3-point percentages the years prior. I still don't want to pay minus 130 for Aaron Gordon to hit 40% of 5 threes that he takes. I'm not doing it. Can't do it. So I got to be out on that. If this is even money, we go right back to it. But nah, you got me completely messed up if you think I'm paying that for an Aaron Gordon threes prop. Like, much respect to his 3-point improvements. That's insane. 2.5. He's had a good season with assists too. Is this I'm looking back at StatMuse. No, it's about the same. 3.2. Yeah, it's about what he averages for his career. He's about a 3 assists per game guy, right? Against this team this season, let's go back to the games where he actually played 30 minutes, unlike the games where he was hurt real quick. All right, so I mean, the dimes here, he's at 3.4 versus this team. We've got him at 8.6 potentials against them this season when he plays 30 minutes. That's good, but I don't want to drink this juice. So if you want to take 3.5, I would much rather take him to get 4 for reduced units, right? Don't make the bet as big. If I'm going to tell you right now, even 4 at plus 135 is not it. That just ain't it. I mean, if this is plus 150, maybe, but I mean, any kind of model will tell you that like minus 130 or plus 130 for 3.5 just ain't going to do it. I just not with the attempts. I'm not paying 135 for him to hit 60% of his threes. You got me completely crazy on that. I think points and rebounds are the way to go with Ego. Here's the crazy thing. If you look at him in the playoffs this year, when he's played at least 30 minutes, he's at 18.5 points, right? And if you look at this playoffs in the games that they have won, right? So the games where they win, and I can pull that filter up here on Props Madness. When I look at won by, I can just say, all right, let's see the games where they won by at least 1 point. So in their wins right now, would they win this one by 2? I thought he had 20 and oh yeah, this is the playoffs. Okay, so there's one game where he has not gotten 20 points and they still won the game. That's crazy. I thought they were 5-0. I looked this up the other day. All right, I guess they were 5-1 when he scores 20, right? When he doesn't score 20, and when they lose, rather, you can see his numbers. Let's see. If they lose by at least 1 point. This is lost by, not won by. My bad. Let me fix this. If I go lost by and do 1 point, so you can see where he's at. Now he's averaging 14.3, hasn't gotten 20 in any of these games where they've lost, but he's gotten 20 in all but one game that they've won. So I think his points are pretty important, is what we can say. I like the points for him. If you want, like, I think like a 20 plus points with the money line for Denver, as you know, I like them to win. I think that's a good look here for Aaron Gordon if you're going to take his points. I do like his points a little bit. I'd rather just take it at 20 and the rebounds and just get the plus money here. So I like both these bets more than anything. But other than that, like that's where I'm at with Aaron Gordon. So that's pretty thorough for him. Let's keep it rolling here. Reese, you already know where I'm at with the assist from Hartenstein. I can't get there for the price that it's at. Sometimes, look, the books know what they're doing at this point. We can't just be like going crazy because we want to get bets down. We got to pull back a little bit if you don't want to be wasting money. Dort's not good on the road. I can't get there with it. It sucks because these prices are nice. But the books, again, know what they're doing. Why? Okay, this is what I mean by they know what they're doing. 2.5 plus 140. All of us are salivating at the thought of being able to hit Lou Dort to hit 3 threes at plus 140. This man, when you look at him head-to-head against his team, just gets left open from 3. So his 3-point attempts go up hella. Let me get back to 3-point attempts right here. So 7.3 attempts versus them on the season. And if you look at versus them in the playoffs, 8 exactly. So 8 threes a game, which is up from his normal attempts, right? But the problem here is what Woog Duck Duff's talking about here, which is the home road stuff, right? So take away the head-to-head, take away the playoffs for a minute. Just look at threes on the road this season. Let's look at away. 1.6. Let me make sure I have all of his road games in here. He's played 37 road games. He is hitting 1.6 threes per game on the road. That's silly. If we look at this at home, doubles. He goes from hitting 1.5 to hitting 3. His 3-point attempts on the road or at home right now are 6.8. His 3-point attempts when he is away, this is on the road. His 3-point attempts go down. Let me get back here. 3-point attempts down to 5. So he shoots 3 fewer threes on the road. He makes 1.5 fewer threes per game on the road. Can't do it. And I think the books are looking at this too. I can't see why they wouldn't be using this type of information. Again, he just hit 4 threes on 8 attempts, and yet we're getting plus 140 for him to hit 3. They know that too. So I can't do it either, bro. I wish I could. I just can't do it. So yeah, let's get to the Joker real quick. And as there's a lot more people coming in, go ahead and give that video a like as you are. Much appreciated there. And I do still have code Davion rolling. We're about to get into the WNBA season, and that's going to be big for myself. Got a couple of MLB cappers in the Discord as well for those of y'all are interested. But we're about to get into this W for sure. And that's also what you can use on Props Madness. You can see up here they got W stuff. It's just not pulling through just yet. So this is the only platform, by the way, Props Madness, that I would be using for the WNBA. Just quick aside, like there's nobody that comes close to providing that. Like no other site has play type analysis and shot charts for the WNBA. This one does. Pips won't tell me how he does it, but I don't need to know. Points for Jokic. That was the look, right? So points for Jokic. And I know there's probably a bunch more comments in here. I'm going to get to these. I just got these comments starred, so I want to make sure I take a look at it. Let's see real quick. All right, cool. Making sure I'm not missing anything. I'm so glad you're in here. I'm glad I jumped in the comments for this. We're going to get to PWAT, my G. We're going to talk about PWAT. Don't even worry about that. Okay, just because I jumped in on this comment too. where I'm at with Hartenstein is if I was taking anything, it's PR together, not one or the other. And I can't touch the assists. I don't have anything for 2.5, over 2.5 for minus 180. I don't have anything for over 3.5 for plus 140. I don't have anything for that for Hartenstein. All right. So looking at Jokic and his under on the points, tough to argue with that. He's averaging 27.5 because he has two 40-point games and a 35-point game. I'm be honest with y'all right now. Like, I would love to be like, hey, I know everything about everything. This is what you should do with Jokic's points. I don't know. I ain't got a clue. It's not like a lack of shot attempts. It's not like they're playing him differently. I'm going back and watching all of his shots. It's triple teamed sometimes, double teamed others. Rarely is it one-on-one. So how do you get there with the points? Problem is how come he's not diming up if he's not getting the points? I agree with someone who was saying that this is just too damn high for Jokic on the dimes against this team, which is wild because you would think that if he's getting doubled, he would be there with it. But if you look at the potentials for him in the playoffs in this series, 14.8 versus 16.5 on the season as a whole. So almost two fewer potential assists. And then as far as his dimes, he's at 5.2. And this is what we talk about with the playoffs. So he's at 5.2 potential assists against them in this series, divided by 14.8 potentials. He's only getting 35% of his potential assists turning into assists. But it's the playoffs, man. Everybody is just tightening up. Everything gets a little bit harder, especially for guys who are just not stars, right? And they might not be ready for the moment. Like if we look, let me find a better way to do this. If we go to look at the stats and the shooting in this series, I just want to, does it have it on the recap? Shouldn't it just have their like series stats? That would be so much better. NBA.com. If you're listening, it'd be fire. Let's keep this in the playoffs. Let's just do the playoff round. So let's do this conference semifinals. And look at how these teams are shooting. So field goal percentage. OKC's at 44%, right? That's not great for them. And then Denver's at 40% field goal percentage. This is why you can't bet over on Jokic assists. He's at a 35% success rate on his potential assists, meaning the dudes on the other that are receiving the passes are hitting 35% of their shots essentially. That's basically what the team is at, 40%. And yet his teammates, specifically on his passes, are hitting 35% of them. That doesn't give me much hope, right? I wouldn't hate taking 9 for him for plus money. If he's at 15 potential assists per game, I'd still be like, hell, it's Jokic. He's good for this even on 15 potentials, but not against the Thunder. The Thunder and in the playoffs, now you're talking about too much. If we look at the points again, like I said, not touching it. I would be going under before I went over because that's what history against this team tells us. But that's all I have. I don't have much of like, well, this is going to happen in the way that the team defends him in this game, or this is going to change, or this. Nah, I don't have any of that. It's just now, is he going to make shots or not? And he's not making shots in this series. He's at like a 35% clip himself from the field. So not good enough. The boards, this is dumb. This is dumb. Like, do they want people to bet this? Is someone betting 15 rebounds? I get he did it 3 times. I get it. Just a great performance. But again, I don't want to have to bet on him to get, if he gets 25 rebound chances, then I'm betting that he's gonna pick up like 70% of them, 65% of his rebound chances. Just not enough time in the game, man, for him to pick up that many boards. So that's crazy. The PRA and everything. Look, I'm not fading Jokic in an elimination game at home. I'm not gonna do it. I don't hate myself. That's not true, but I don't hate myself enough to go under on Jokic in a game like this. So I'm not gonna do it. But this is where I'd be going. And Reef, you were the one who brought up the under, and I respect that for sure if you do go with it, because that would be the smarter play in this instance from just a pure betting standpoint. SGA under on the threes. Let's get to SGA. I wish I could bet something for Jokic, man. If any of y'all have an amazing Jokic angle on your mind, let me know because I'm with it. But I jumped back in the comments, so I'm just going to respond to this one. Why don't you ever see sports bettors play shot attempts? Because not very many books offer shot attempts. I think Bet365 might be able to, but I do know that other than that, it's like Prize Picks, DFS, Pick'em style betting sites. Like there's almost every single sports book is not offering shot attempts. But I assure you that I would love to play attempts, and I agree with you that they're a great bet. Because what we're doing with this sports betting is we're not projecting exactly how many points he's going to get. We're projecting how many minutes he's going to play, how many shots he's going to take. That's what we're projecting, is the shot attempts in the minutes with the matchup. But I can't guarantee you that dude's going to take or is going to make 60, 50% of his shots. I can only give you a fair projection of how many he's going to take. So volume bets are great. If you have shot attempts, free throw attempts, 3 attempts, I love attempts because you don't even have to make them. So if I could, I would bet them, but I'm not playing on Prize Picks very much right now or anything like that. So that's probably why you don't see very many people taking that. I'm going to start a few others that I saw in here because I like it. I don't think we had a JDub look yet, so I do want to talk about JDub. I'm going to put him in the star comments and come right back to that, Ian. And then let's see. We do have a PWatt look already in there, so I don't have to hit up my guy for that. We're going to talk about him here in a minute. He's hit some threes. I could not believe that. But let's see. I'm seeing if I miss anything. Okay, yeah, I don't have a Chet look either, so let me star that one. All right, let's get to next. I think we had a SGA look in there that was from Richard, right? Let's talk about SGA. I did already bet on an over on SGA. I don't think the boards are going to be there at the same number. You can still get a decent number. Minus 125. Yeah, that's about what I bet for Shea. I think I actually bet the minus 130 is where I got it. So I still think minus 125 is a good number for the boards. If you look at him head to head in this series, right, the rebound chances are silly high, 14 rebound chances per game. I do like him to get 50, at most 55 maybe, but 50% of his rebound chances should turn into rebounds. So that should put us at a projection of closer to like 7 than to 6, right? I think it's closer like 6.7, 6.8 should be the projection for his rebounds in this game. There are a couple reasons for that, right? The rebound chances are nice. You always want to talk about the rebound chances. The Nuggets are taking a ton of threes, right? They were, what was the last game real quick? Let me get back into that. Last game, it was like they shot 28% from 3 and the Thunder shot like 40% from 3. But the key here is how many they're taking. And I'll tell you why I care about that in a second. But the threes, they were, 13 for 46, 28%, but 46 3-point attempts for them in that last game. That means longer rebounds. That's why we like guard rebounds when we play teams like the Nuggets shooting all these threes, the Bucks be shooting all these threes. Obviously, the Warriors shoot a ton of threes. So the opposing guards the Celtics give up like the most rebounds to guards because they shoot threes. Long rebounds mean guards are more likely to get them, right? So that's why we do like partly why we like SGA. He's also in position because if you look at the matchups in these games, he's pretty much on Braun, or at the very least, he's just on somebody who's off ball, right? He's not guarding Murray, he's not guarding Jokic, and that's it. Those are the guys on ball more than anybody else. If we look at the defensive matchup for SGA real quick, this helps, right? This is what I talk about with you guys when we go into the box score on NBA.com. Go to matchups, don't just look at the traditional stats, points, blah, 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 blah. Go to the matchups, see who's guarding who. This is going to help you understand where somebody's standing on the court. That's the point of a big reason for looking at matchups as it pertains to rebounds, is if you know who somebody is guarding, you know where they're likely to be on the court. For instance, SGA guarding Christian Braun for almost the whole game, or Michael Porter Jr., 2 guys that play in similar positions on the court, out on the wing, off ball. They're not doing a lot of dribble drive. That means SGA is consistently guarding the guy that's not shooting, which means he's consistently able to go get the rebound as opposed to having to guard a guy putting up a shot and trying to block the attempt. So that's 2 of the main reasons why I like that, the rebounds for him in this series. Plus, he's just playing as many minutes as they need him to. So you love him for that stuff. If we're looking at the threes, which I've kept you waiting, Richard, just because I wanted to talk about my rebounds for a minute, I can understand under 1.5 or plus money. I definitely can. This is a bet where it's like, look, this is probably fairly listed. Like 1.5 threes should be his prop line. It shouldn't be half a 3. It shouldn't be 2.5 threes. It should be 1.5. Which way do we go on it? On the season, what did he shoot from 3? Yeah, he made 2 per game in the regular season. Yeah, and head-to-head against this team, though, he has gone under in 5 of 9. What are the 3 attempts against them in general? So 5.4 on the season against this team and 4.4. Yeah, this is a good bet. If he's at 4.5 attempts per game and he needs to make 50% of them to go over, and we're getting plus money to go under, that's a good under. I get where you're at with that. Let me see what the most attempts he's taken. He took 6 in game 1, then 2, 6, 5, 3. Bro, I mean, if he takes 5, I like him to go under. He's not a 40% free throw shooter or 3-point shooter either, right? Shooting 5.7 per game, I guess he's close to it. I keep giving these guys not enough credit. 2.11 divided by 5.7. He's at 37% on the season. He's a 37% free throw, 3-point shooter this season. I think under on the threes is a good look if you're getting that plus money for it. As far as the points go, again, not fading him. 29.5, you're starting to get into a pretty reasonable range for SGA. In the playoffs, he's at 20. What's he in the playoffs in general, right? 28. The playoffs are different. We want to make sure we know that. And the season, he's a 32-point game, but like this ain't the regular season, as we know. He's getting a ton of double teams. What are the assists at? 7.5? I can't get with, man. We're crazy. So I think boards under threes. I'm not touching the points for SGA, but I'm not going to fault anybody for that either because it's SGA and it's a freaking potential clinching game for them. So Gordon on the RA, I was looking at that. Yeah, well, if you like the RA for 10 of them, that's 7 boards and 3 dimes. I could get there with that. Is that still where it's at? I forgot to look at him on the RA specifically. That was the only bet I didn't look at for him. Rebounds and assists for him, it's 10.5 plus money. 9.5, hella juice now. So it's not really available at that price anymore, Ian. But if you're looking at him this series, he's over in 11 of them. I think the RA is probably a pretty good bet too, because like I like him to get 3 assists. I do like him to get 7 boards. So you put him at 10, you're good. I don't know if I can get there with 10.5. I think that bet that we had at that rate is kind of gone. So Braun for 3 assists. Let's take a look at CB. Quick reminder too, as there's a bunch more people in here than earlier, go ahead and give that video a like. Goes a really, really long way to help make sure other people see the video too. So much appreciated. Let's get to that. Just distracted myself again. Braun from Reese Dallas. Let's get CB in here. The white boy. All right, minus 106 on the point. Damn, he's at 12.5 now. That's wild. It's crazy that this man can jump so high. 12.5 on the points, but you want to know about the dimes, bro. The dimes are tough. I can't remember. I think you might have told me a little bit of something why you like the dimes, right, Reese? Because I asked you to let me know what you were looking at there, if you liked it. Let me come back to that. I do like this thought right here for staying uptown DC. Where you at? Northwest? Northeast? Let's see. iHeart PR. Yeah, we got that. All right. So yeah, I don't think you gave me anything on that, but if I was going to look at dimes for CB, man, this is a tough one. The thing about dimes is like you have to, they're letting him shoot, right? Another reason I don't really love dimes for for Aaron Gordon is the fact that like he's one of the guys they're letting shoot. Russ, Christian Braun, they're allowed to shoot. Michael Porter Jr., at this point, kind of allowed to shoot, but he would have been if he was hot at all. Somebody they didn't want to shoot. Same concept for Jamal Murray and for Jokic. Those 3 not allowed to shoot open. Christian Braun, Russ in the corner, Aaron Gordon in the corner. Yeah, get your shots. We're not as worried about you. If they're gonna sag off and let somebody shoot, then that person's not going to be in a good position to get rebounds because they're sticking to the other dudes and they're not sticking to Christian Braun. You see what I'm saying? So like, that's why it's like points or threes. I loved, we're back to even. No, see this is another bet at even money. I would be taking the threes for this man, not just because this hit rate is awesome against this team. 6 of 9. Nice. But also because the 3-point attempts are up at 5.8. This illustrates the point that I'm trying to show y'all, right? On the season, he averages 3.13 attempts per game, right? You can see this right here. In this series against this team, not even in this series, against this team on the season, he's at 5.8 threes per game. That's almost 3 threes more that he's taking because they're leaving him open. Like, this is the point that I'm illustrating, is that they're leaving him open. Assists are bad. Threes are all right. But again, I'm not trying to pay this for this man and his 3-point shooting to hit 2 is going to be minus 128. That's a little crazy. On the season, he's making 1.2 of these motherfuckers. And then, right, like even in the playoffs, where's he at? He's making 1.3 of these things in the playoffs. So they are leaving him open, man. He's hit 2 in a couple games, but I mean, even at 5.5 attempts, right? I just don't think he's a good enough 3-point shooter that we should be betting minus 128 for him to hit 42% of his threes. I'm not there with that. So you give me plus 105, plus 110. I'll talk about Christian Braun hitting 2 threes. Until then, we're good on that. The assists I can't get there with either because I don't know why that would be a better play in terms of the angle behind it. There is no angle for the dimes that I see. And these aren't great numbers. Even at 2.5, not great numbers to get. Well, plus 110 isn't bad, I guess, if you get on 3.65. But for 3 assists, I don't think so. He's a 2.5 assist game guy this season. Probably not there for me with the dimes for him either. So All right, let me keep scrolling for a minute. I know I've missed a couple guys. I think we talked about Russ earlier, right? And I was saying I can't get there with Russ because of the minutes. I just cannot. But we got another look for CB. So I'm glad I read this before I moved on from Oslo Watt, which is the boards, because this would be the bet. And then we talk about these odds, man. Like, we're not just playing the 5.5 boards. We're playing 5.5 boards over at minus 145. That's what we're playing. So while 6 rebounds for him might make sense, let me tell you if that even makes sense. He's at 6 per game against them, over in 5 of 9, right? So this is what it comes back to, is like, if this is the regular season, I'm still not betting this at minus 150, bro. Minus 150, you got me messed up again. I'm not betting this at minus 150. Not for him to get 6 boards. He averaged 5 on the season. Against this team, he climbed over a couple times. In the playoffs against this team, he's had 2 duds and 2 good games from the boards. 15 chances, 17 chances. Are these all wins? Oh my God, come on. Prouse Madness. Damn. I have to reset this. Let me refresh this real quick. Get back to Christian. My bad. Come on, PM. Playoffs. Yeah. It's high, man. If we're looking at the boards, it's just too high. The hell does too high mean? Yeah, at minus 150, I can't get there with it, and I'm not really trying to bank on like 7 for plus money. Still not really worth it, man. I can't get there with it. It makes sense at the money that they're offering. Like, if this is minus 105, again, we're talking about it. So, yeah, also we should be talking about this. I just haven't had any news come out, right? And if anybody has anything, but this was a late questionable tag, man. If anybody has anything on why the hell that would be, I'd be very interested to know. Oh, look at my W stuff coming in. Now, illness. Ooh. Whew. That doesn't sound good. My man does not think Russ is ready for the job. Just go to Cancun early, bro. Damn. In Denver, I don't think they go to Cancun. I'm pretty sure they would go west, right? Just go to the Pacific, maybe some French Polynesia. I heard Tahiti's perfect right now. Man, that sucks, bro. So we don't know what's going to happen with Jamal. That just impacts everything. And that's also probably why a lot of this just plummeted. I didn't even think of that. I probably missed the boat on some of this stuff, like 3s for CB. Like, his minutes ain't going down, I'll tell you that. Russ probably went up from 9.5 as soon as that news about our guy Jamal went down. That's huge. So who's the main ball handler besides Jokic now? That's the question we're asking ourselves. Okay, so now Aaron Gordon assists become a little bit nicer looking, don't they? Yo, I'm glad I was scrolling through and hit your stuff too, A Mendoza 14, because this is going to impact shit, man. Big time. What's this spread at now? It was 4.5. Did that move? Let me pull up this little Action Network. Yeah, it's -5. Did the total drop? Yeah, dropped 4 points. All right, 3.5, 4 points. I could really use somebody else's opinions on this now. Daft, where the hell are you, bro? Jesus. Nobody hit me up. All right, let's think for a minute. Just bear with me now, because we have to do like actual updated research on this shit, because I am not hip. Let's go to this. Let's start right here for a minute and let's just do some research. Let's get into this nerd shit right quick. This is Fantasy Labs. Some of y'all have seen me talk about this. Some of y'all have not. Those of you who have not have probably just dipped once I start talking about it, because you don't have the attention span. No shade. I also don't have much of an attention span. But let's keep moving. Oh, wait. I'm gonna get into this, but I had something that Carson, I think oh, by the way, Free Sauce is in here. Did we even talk about that? That it's his birthday? For those of y'all who know Free Sauce, he's been in here forever. He's the reason I have a Discord. This is like literally the first live show I ever did. Bro was in here. So a very genuine happy birthday to my brother from another mother. I won't use your real name, Free Sauce, but you're my homie. I appreciate you. So happy birthday to the man. Carissa, where are you at? Let me see where this is at. So I keep missing Watson, 3.5 boards, plus 250. Edelman, just to be that guy. I think it's Adelman with an A. Doesn't matter. Julian Edelman's dad wants to utilize bench more so they don't burn out in the 4th. And Watson been throwing his body at them like... like they're J-Lo. J-Lo does throw body around, a very, very tough body. 3.5 or plus 250. Let me talk about P-Watt then. Let me get to P-Watt, and then I'll look at these on-off court stats so we can see what might happen if Murray is out. But I got to list Krista. She's in the VIP, and bro. She has some looks. I think like all your plus 200s and above like hit somehow, Carissa. Like you just have some really good angles. The rebounds. All right. So what were you saying? You were saying 3.5 or 2.5? Let me get back to that comment. The body like J-Lo comment really threw me off. The 3.5 is, you got it at plus 250. I don't know if that's so. Maybe it's plus 250 on some other books. DK is shortchanging us. Maybe it's Bet365 that you're getting that. Probably they do give some pretty good odds. The rebounds though, it's like where are we at with the rebounds? Like what's the look there? Because he's done it twice. You know, like last game he had 8, but 9 rebound chances. That's running hot. 5 rebound chances to get 5 boards in 17 minutes. That's kind of running hot. And then the first 2 games, right? Just 3 and 6 rebound chances. So let me know what I'm missing there, because I don't know for sure where we're at with that. Like I don't love the boards for him. I know Mr. Handicapper, I don't remember your name. I just know handicap is in your name. he has been, I hope you've been betting 1 PWAT 3 per game, Mr. Handicap, sir. Where are you at? Let me get back up here, because I know you were talking about that. I hope you've been hitting it. I think you did say you were hitting it. But yeah, 1-3 per game for this man. On how many attempts? He went 1 for 1, 1 for 1, 2 for 3, 0 for 2, 0 for 0. No, that's free throw. 1 for 3. So okay, look, he gets 3 attempts. You get plus money for him to hit 1. I ain't mad at you. I'm there with it. If Murray's out, it means still a very small rotation. He's not going to help with Murray being out, but it's going to be a few more minutes in there without Jamal Murray playing 42, right? So I could get next to the PWAT 3s. I don't know if I have an angle of any kind for the boards for PWAT, Carissa. So let me know in the comments if you have anything for that, but just not there with it right now. Hold up, it's blowing me up. All right, we got to get out of here in a minute. I've been doing this for a while now. What time did I start? Nah, it's only 40 minutes. All right, let's see. Okay, so it's just like if this is one of the angles for PWAT, like there's no time to rest your guys now is the only thing, right? Like there's no time to be like, well, there might be tires. Like if you're tired, you can rest on the beach if we lose this game. Like get your ass out there and play as hard as you can. So that's where I'm at with it. But let me see. All right. Yeah, they took a lot of stuff down too. Doug was bringing this up. They took a lot of stuff down because of the Jamal stuff, right? So I understand that that's what's going on here. Here's what I want to look at real quick. So this is on-off court. This is linked in the description of the video for any of y'all that don't have this yet. So hit that up. But who is this team? Denver Nuggets. So what I'm doing here is I'm looking at all of the minutes this season where Jamal was off court and other guys were on court, right? So a lot of times if you're using Props Madness, this is great. I can look at games with and without Jamal Murray, for example, right? Let me take these playoffs out. But I can look at Russ in the games he's played with and without Jamal Murray. But the problem is there's plenty of time throughout the season that Russ is playing without Jamal Murray on the floor, but Jamal Murray's playing in the game. So you're not going to get any of that deep level stats until you go to on-off court stuff like Fantasy Labs, which really helps show you this stuff. So I'm going to just take this and make it standard stats, so it's not advanced stats. And this is going to be per 36 minutes. So I'm going to take Jamal Murray off court. Where you at, Jamal? Just in case, like, look, he might play. I don't have any specifics on if he's playing or not, but if he's a late add to the questionable tag and he's got an illness, that means dude woke up today with an illness, right? So I don't know. Have you ever played basketball the same night that you woke up with the flu or whatever? I doubt you have. So that's probably not a good look for him to be playing tonight. So let's just take him off court. Let's put on court a few of the guys that we know are going to get minutes tonight. CB, Aaron Gordon, Jokic, they're for sure getting huge minutes. MPJ is going to get minutes, but let's just put those four for now on court with Jamal off court. So what this means right here, they have all played about 254 minutes total this season without Jamal Murray. Whether Jamal was available for the game or not available for the game, they played 254 minutes with these four on the floor without Jamal, right? If you take those numbers, you extrapolate them out to 36 minutes, this is what they're doing. So Aaron Gordon's at about 13.5 points per 36, only about 5.6 rebs, but this goes right up. The assists. This is a good starting point for us right here. Aaron Gordon assists go up to 5.8 per 36 minutes when he plays without Jamal Murray. That's huge. If we look at the differential standards down here, Aaron Gordon is the biggest beneficiary. This is differential stats. So this is how much more he does or less he does without Jamal Murray. So Aaron Gordon goes up 1.66 assists per game per 36 minutes when he's playing without Jamal Murray. He's a lot more likely to dime up, which is the first thing I said when I was like, well, who's the ball handler now besides Jokic? And my thought was, oh, Aaron Gordon is the third ball handler. And oh, Aaron Gordon might now be good for dimes. And that's why this price is so damn ridiculous at 2.5 or minus 170. And now you can't even get it because he's averaging damn near 6 assists per 36 minutes without Jamal Murray this season. He's averaging 4 assists per game as well. So it all adds up. The potential assists, let's look at that real quick. Without Jamal this season, he goes from 5.8 per game to 7.4. And honestly, he probably goes from like 5 per game to 7.4, right? Because when he plays without Jamal, it spikes his assists anyway for the season. So without Jamal, he's at 7.4 potentials over in hella games. The assists still scare me because this is still the guy that they want to shoot. But now all those of y'all asking me about the RA and the A for Aaron Gordon, that makes a lot more sense now. And I can see where you're coming from, and I don't hate it. If you want to ask me if I want to bet it, not really. Not entirely, but it makes sense. And maybe it is just good to add the R to the A and get some plus money because you could get saved by some rebounds if he goes over on those. But I just like those better. So I'd rather just play those than the dimes. But I can see that. Let me just get back to some other stuff that might point me in the right direction real quick. So CB, does anything go up for him? He goes up to about 19 points per 36. He's at about 4.8 boards, 3.7 assists. Again, the assists scare me for him too. I'm also not really thrilled about the idea of taking under assists for Jokic since Murray definitely eats into the assists for him. And it's really hard to get away from Russ. Unlike the RA. I mean, if Murray's out, then Russ is for sure. We really don't have to be worried about 20 minutes for Russ like we were from last game, do we? Damn. Yo, so you're not wrong, CJ. My boy, you're not wrong. The thing here about Murray is, I don't know if y'all saw the tweet. I talked about this in my episode last night, and then Underdog copied me this morning. It's fine. Imitation is the biggest form of flattery or whatever. But this was what I put into my video last night too. In 11 career games where he faces elimination, he's averaging 29 per game. His shooting splits are 49-41. This is actually 49-43. I think they're wrong, but I think it's 49% and 43% from three. Whatever. Really good, right? 8-3 record, really good shooting numbers. 5 boards, or it's about 6 boards, 6 assists. I have it right. No, I don't have it right there. But 6 boards, 6 assists. So he steps up in elimination games, other than these bottom ones right here. Obviously, 16, 17, 17. All right, he's got a few bad games. But either way, and one of them was last year. Actually, they got eliminated by Minnesota. He was booty in that game. That's why they lost. But yeah, so I like if he's gone, does it make it better for them? Nah, I can't say it's better for them. But yeah. Damn, I don't know. Carlos has his fucking conspiracy cap on, bro. Carlos is saying he has an illness. I don't know, man. Murray flu. Yeah, maybe he just wants the attention, bro. Right? Maybe he's just about that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let me see. What about Russ 3 assists? I mean, yeah, the assist goes straight up. So Russ, everything, man. If Jamal Murray's out, then it's like they got to live and die by Russ. Or Aaron Gordon is your second ball handler. Love Aaron Gordon. That cannot be your second ball handler. It just can't be. He could be your third, cannot be your second. Like if Jokic is getting double, triple teams, you need somebody to catch the ball and then make great decisions with it and dribble their way through traffic. I don't know, man. You want somebody that can set up the offense and start to run plays. That ain't going to be Aaron Gordon either. So Russ is going to have to get minutes, bro. Like his minutes without Jamal Murray this season are at 30 per game. They go up about 3. Man, I'm a little bit shook on how to bet this now because, like, on one side of the coin, it's Russ in the playoffs. Do you really want to live and die by Russ? On the other side of the coin, what else are you going to do? What are your options here? You ain't got them. So, fuck, bro. Let's see if there's a couple other people y'all want to look at. Yeah, I looked at this earlier, fam, for the SGA, like, and I get it. 7.5 for him to get 8. I understand he should be able to do it. He has not been able to do it against this team. So he's gone 8 in just 3 of 9 against them, right? And if you look at the potentials, they go from 12 per game on the season to 16.6 when he plays against Denver, because Denver doubles the shit out of him, right? They try to force the ball out of SGA's hands. I've been cussing too much. Now I'm going to have to make this like NC-17 or whatever. But either way, the potentials are super high. If we look at him head to head in the playoffs, he's up to 18.6 potential assists, and yet he's still just averaging 7 per game against this squad. Just can't do it. 7.5, I just can't do it. Plus whatever, like maybe plus 200, but I can't do it. Bros aren't hitting shots, right? They're at like a 43% clip in this series. I just can't do it. So I wish I could, but I couldn't get there with it. I'm glad that I stopped out at the last one. Because I was going to bet it last game, and I was like, look, man, this is a 50-50 bet. I can't get there with it. Let me see real quick if we got anything else in here. So I bet a bunch of stuff already. This was the guy I forgot. Thank you, Doug. I think this is the last guy that I forgot. And then I got to roll. I'll try to run quickly through everything so that those of y'all who jumped in late can just get the quick hitter from me, which I know isn't all y'all want. You don't want to sit here and listen to me fucking pontificate the whole time anyway. But all right, so JDub. I've been fading JDub. I don't know what. This is my analysis in game 1. You can watch it in the episode I put out before this series started. Everybody, not everybody. I sound like an asshole. A lot of people liked the idea of JDub in this series, right? If you look at him head to head in the regular season against this team, wasn't bad. One game, they didn't need him much. This game had Aaron Gordon in it, though, right? First game of the season, Aaron Gordon plays pretty much full minutes, and JDub has 12 points. This game, Aaron Gordon doesn't play. This game, Aaron Gordon plays 7 minutes, right? This game right here, Aaron Gordon doesn't play. So the games that he played well, Aaron Gordon not playing. The games he didn't play well, this first one anyway, Aaron Gordon not playing. Playing. Aaron Gordon plays, JDub do bad. Aaron Gordon no play, JDub do good. That's the point that I'm really poorly trying to get across here. So I can't. I like under for points for sure. If we look at this stuff in the playoffs head to head, went over on the road in this game, went 7 for 8 from the free throw line, 3 for 7 from deep, shot better than 50%. Every other game, right, either isn't taking the shots or isn't hitting the shots. So I prefer the under here with the best rebounder on the other team guarding him. Not a good look. As far as the PRA goes, that's a little bit scarier than just the points. But if this was 31.5, I might like it a little bit more. 31, 32.5, I think you have a good under here. 30.5 is right on the line. I don't know if I can get there with it. So the question about the RA that came up, not just the points or the whole thing together. The RA, I prefer going over on that than to the points, but I don't really like any of it to the over. So I'd be going under on JDub. Once again, I also think this is a game that the Nuggets win, so I'm hesitant to go too much into overs on Thunder players. Plus, we do like a bit of the under in this series. What's the deal with? Let me just go to the series real quick. If we're looking at the series in the summary, this is 240. Sheesh, 255, and then everything starts to slow down. 217, still got to 217 last game. I know that. So one more thing though, because I know the under is a good look in this game, and some people have been talking about the under, and I understand why. Especially once you get into game 6, you're like, these totals, people tighten up, whatever. At the same time, you're more likely to extend the game. We saw that in the Cleveland game, right? And I believe that ended up going over in game 5 when they lost because their booty. They lost, and that game ended up going over as well on a decent spread. Because at the end, they're going to elongate the game. Like the team that's losing is like, well, we don't have anything to lose except for the season. It's already over if we lose this game. So we're just going to keep extending it and see if there's a miracle down there, right? And so there is a little bit of that'll shoot you in the foot. If you go under on too low of a number, you're going to get shot in the foot. So quick recap, because I got to roll. Jokic. Well, this is all messed up because we don't know if Murray's playing. Don't have much for Jokic, but I can't get next to the points. The only thing I'll say is I'm not going to be fading him, especially if Murray doesn't play. If Murray doesn't play, maybe it's just like a Jokic triple-double with the win or something like that. Because if they want to win, he probably needs to get a triple-double, like a 61 PRA triple-double. Murray, if he's out there, I would have liked the points. I don't know anymore. I still think he's going to be good in clutch games, but like I said, don't know anymore. Ago, I'm not going to tell anybody not to bet the assists. I bet the rebounds already. Probably looking to get a 20-point parlay in with him and the Denver money line. That gets you to about plus 400 or so. And the 20, what's he done without Jamal this season? Doesn't go up too much in the points, right? Still was kind of booty at the beginning of the season. Wasn't playing much. So it's when he gets 30 minutes. Yeah, earlier in the season, he wasn't playing much. Remember when he came back from injury and they were playing him like 20 minutes? So if you take the games where he played without Jamal 30 minutes, now this looks a lot better, right? A couple good defenses in there that he went up against too and still did well. So yeah, I still think Ago is good for the PR. If you want to take RA for Aaron Gordon, you want to add the assist, I ain't going to be mad at you for it. Christian Brown shit just is gone. So I guess without Jamal, he's going to definitely step up a bunch. The assists still not there with. The boards, not for minus 150. Let's see if that goes down a little bit, but I don't have much for CB, unfortunately. I would have loved the threes, but I ain't paying no 130, minus 130 for him to hit 2 threes. Just can't do it. Russ, I'm going to just cover my eyes and bet Russ parlay or something. If Murray's out, I'm just going to just take the bitter taste of betting an over on somebody who's been complete cheeks in the last 3 games and just go for it because what else are they going to do? That would be my opinion. MPJ, can't get it. I mean, dude's still taking shots in his shoulder, so we're not touching that either. P-Watt, got to shout out my boy Handicap so that we can at least say if you want to take 1 3, he's making them. He's hit 1 of 1 a lot. It's not something I want to bet on, but, you know, the plus money's still there if you like it. And then Carissa like the boards here. I'm not totally seeing it, but I think if you can get 2.5 for flat, that's fine and a lot better than forcing the 3.5 when you don't know the minutes that he might get. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. SGA, I like the boards. I couldn't get there with the assists. I talked about that a minute ago. And if you want to take the points, I'm with it. But I do think under threes might be a look. And whoever was talking about that earlier, I forget who was talking about it. But if you take SGA under threes, hell, you might do like a under 2.5 threes, but like 30 plus points kind of thing. And you're going to get some nice juice if you parlay that together. JDub, I would only be going under. I did not look at Chet, but if I was going to be talking about Chet, I'm also just at a loss what to do with him. He should have a good matchup and has not been taking care of it because he's not playing against Gordon. He's playing against like MPJ, and he still can't do a damn thing. So no real love for anything for Chet right now. Very inconsistent. Game on the road that I don't expect them to win. Don't feel like betting an over on him there. iHeart, if I'm betting on him, I'm going PR. Because sometimes he's doing the points more than the rebounds. Sometimes it's the rebounds more than the points. I don't have a strong reasoning for why it would be either, so I'm out on that. But I think that the PR is good. I don't really like the dimes at this price, but if it was 2.5 minus 120, now I could talk about it, but I can't talk about 3 for minus 180. Dort, got to fade him on the road. Can't be taking stuff for Dort on the road here. It's crazy how bad his splits are and how much worse he is away from home. Not going to touch these bottom of the bench guys, or at least the only guys coming off the bench. Caruso would be a look if I was interested, but I don't think that I am. I know he's over in 3 of 5 of this game. I've gotten burned by him a couple of times. The games that he's going over, he's pretty hot. The games he's not, he's pretty cold. I don't want to have to know. It's just the volume isn't there to be like, just go bet it. And that's kind of the case for everybody. So that's where I'm at. Took that Denver money line as well for anybody interested. So hopefully that helped everybody as well. Again, free sauce to the man. Happy birthday to the man. Free sauce is what I'm trying to say. Appreciate you, man. So if you do want to jump in the VIP and see some free sauce as well, he's in there. We got code Davion still available for 50% off your first month if you want to jump in. Link is in the description of the video. Everything you need in the description of the video. Going to be coming out with that Knicks and C's video here in a few hours for tomorrow. So hopefully that'll help y'all out as well. And until I do see you next, happy betting.